You got that? All right. Well, happy Friday. I was just listening to my favorite Tara Brach, and she was talking about from demons to diamonds. So that got my curiosity, right? So I was listening. I didn't quite finish, but the basic message was that we all have these inner demons, which are our thoughts or emotions, and that we can turn them into diamonds or more. So diamond here refers to a light energy, a pure energy, a loving energy, a compassionate energy. And the question is how we do this. And she has, I think I might have mentioned it to you before, she has this process called RAIN, which a lot of mindfulness teachers use in different ways. And so this is a way of working with our thoughts and our emotions. And it's a way to go from the demons to the diamonds. We all have them, right? So a demon could be anger, shame, embarrassment, some type of hostility, right? Or just it's a negative energy. And so how do we turn it into something more positive or the light? So RAIN is an acronym, and the first letter is R, which is to recognize what that emotion or thought is. We all tell ourselves this kind of story. We acknowledge it, that's the A, or the awareness of this thought or emotion, because a lot of times we're thinking things, they're repetitive, and we don't even realize that we're thinking them. The I is investigate. So it's where you do your research. Where is this coming from? How do I understand this? Maybe thinking about what triggered it, what times does it, so triggering meaning what triggers my anger when somebody does something, some way. It usually goes back to fear for ourselves, or we're usually angry at ourselves in some way, or fearful of the impact of the behavior. And so the N is the nurturing. And what I really liked is when she used the idea of, well, how would you show loving compassion or nurturing to yourself? And she said, well, what would somebody, like really sweet who you are loving within your life say to you? And one of them was like, what would your grandmother or your grandfather say to you? And this type of, when you have this type of anger, and how can you be more compassionate to yourself? So I just simplified her lecture, which you can find on her website. It's actually one of the first for today on Tara Brach, but I really enjoyed it. I learned from it myself. Sometimes I acknowledge that I had gone through that experience before of anger, and then what really my fear was and why I had that emotion. And then how was I going to nurture it and send more loving energy, not to myself, but to the individual I might have been angry at. So for our practice, take your hands to your heart. And that's one of the ways we bring on this positive energy. And perhaps think of a thought or an emotion that comes up for you. Just let it pop up. Don't think too long about it as you start to breathe. And notice the sensation of this, if you will, negative emotion or thought in your body. And what does it feel like in your body? It's in your mind, right? It's in our mind, and our mind is not us, but we do have these thoughts, and we do have these emotions, and we are not our anger, and we are not our thoughts. So we acknowledge it. We recognize that it's there. And then we investigate it. And you might kind of want, that could take some time. But where is this stemming from? As you breathe in and as you breathe out, notice how it feels as this thought or emotion comes and goes. And then think about somebody who would be nurturing towards you. And what would they say to you? Don't be so hard on yourself. I know my mother-in-law always says to my kids, love yourself. Just love yourself. What is it that your nurturing person in your life would say to you? And perhaps let that become your mantra. When we're practicing yoga, sometimes we say things to ourselves, I can't do this, my body should do this, my body has failed me, I'm angry. I'm not saying it comes up all the time, because we're trying to release and uncover these layers with our yoga practice. And send nurturing, loving, compassionate energy to yourself, or thoughts, just a mantra. Love yourself. Say it. The more we say it, the stronger it becomes, even if you don't believe it right away. And then lower your arms down by your side. And perhaps keep that mantra with you, that loving, compassionate mantra. And if one didn't come to mind right away, perhaps it will over time. Give it time. Normally, when we practice a rain practice, we would do it for 10 minutes or more. But I know you're here to do yoga, but I like to add in these little tidbits because that's part of what makes yoga different from an exercise program. We're getting into the layers of our body. Let's take our arms out to the side. And then bring your fingertips towards each other. Feel the fingertips touching, whichever one. Right now, only my third finger is touching, middle finger. And then open up your arms, palms facing forward. Reach out wide from your heart outwards. Reach out so your diamond gets bigger and bigger. That light, loving energy gets bigger and bigger. Spread your fingers. And then on your exhale, bring your fingers towards your heart, almost touching. Inhale, open it up. Bending your elbows. Let your elbows just be a little bit lower than your shoulders. You can check it out. You can always look to see. Make a fist with your right hand, open it up. Make a fist with your left hand, open it up. Make a fist with both hands. Ooh, my nails are a little long for this. Be gentle on yourself. So that is one of the main messages, is that this loving, nurturing energy is to be gentle to ourselves. Then we can be gentle with others. And then exhale, lower the fingertips down towards the earth, elbows lift. Inhale, lift the fingertips up towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open up the arms wide. Give yourself a hug. Right arm over left. Right arm over left. Big hug like you mean it. Compassionate hug. Now exhale, turn your elbows down towards your navel. Curl your chin to your chest. Breathe in. Breathe out. As you breathe in, feel the expansion. Let in the light. Exhale, let darkness go. Open up your arms wide. Fingers spreading. Thumbs on the inside of the palm, fingers wrapping around the thumbs. Circle your knuckles around and about. And switch it the other way. Good. Bring your palms towards each other, clap your hands together. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, clap it. You can make sound. Inhale, open it up. Clap it. Good. Make a diag with your arms. Make a diag with your arms. Maybe look up towards your fingertips. Now clap it. Oops, I almost missed there a little bit. Open it up the other way. Reach long out from your heart. Good, now clap it. Notice how the first time we do it, you might kind of miss. It might not be. Let's see what happens the second time. Open it up and clap it. Maybe it's different that time. Open it up and clap it. Good. Interlace your fingers, press your palms away, and then move your elbows. So kind of lifting one, circling it down and around. There you go. And you can work your way upwards till you start to feel a little message from your body saying, that's enough. I've gone high enough. Yep. That's it. And notice if you feel any grungies back behind there. I heard a little crunchies towards my shoulder blade area. Open up the arms and let's sway towards the right and sway to the left. So loose motions, liquidy, liquid. There you go. Flowing one way and then the other. Now, as you do this, notice how the weight changes in your body. So as we sway towards the right, the weight comes towards the outside. Well, I've got on the right foot, it's towards the outside of the foot. Left foot towards the inside. Sway it towards the left, and what happens? Same thing, opposite way. Sway it and sway it. Good. Maybe the movement gets a little bit bigger each time. And I'm hearing a little echo.
Mindy, are you muted?
Yeah, Mindy, I'm having a hard time unmuting you.
Maybe they wanted to mute me.
No.
There you go. Thank you.
They're like, enough of you this morning. All right. Let's do it on the left side with that hug. Left arm over right. Give yourself a hug. Take your elbows towards your navel, curl your chin to your chest. Take a breath in and feel the expansion in your back body. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, hands to the knees. Round your spine, find cat pose. Cat pose. That's where we're curving. Our belly's pulling in. Our tailbones pressing down and maybe towards your knees a little bit. Let's move to the cow pose. So press your palms gently into your thighs, draw your shoulders up and back. Might feel a little stretch in your belly. Top of the ears move back without dropping the head. Your sit bones are moving back. So you're curling the opposite way than what you did with cat. Exhale, round. We're back to the cat. Chin to chest. Arms lengthen. And reverse it. Lift the heart. Lift the heart. Now, sometimes it's hard to lift the heart when we've got those demons in there. That's why we use our yoga to kind of get those demons out of there. It's a bodily release. One more time, chin to chest. Yoga is a way to let the emotions flow through the body and then get rid of those layers that aren't serving us. Open it up. Let's lengthen our legs forward. So taking the legs forward, push your heels down. You might have to come towards the edge of the chair. Hold on to the sides of the chair. Breathe in and breathe out. Point your toes away and towards you and away and towards you and drag your heels back in. Notice how you feel maybe your hamstrings activating there. Do it one more time so you can really focus on what's going on with the hamstrings back there. Sometimes people say to me, well, how do I strengthen my hamstrings? We activate them. So let's lengthen out again, push the heels down, toes are upwards, they're pointing upwards. And now let's do one leg at a time. Drag the right heel in. Notice any contraction or hardening behind the hamstring. You can touch it with your hand. And now let's do the other. Pull the left in and notice what you feel. So it gets a little harder. That's what you're feeling. Or now let's lift the knee up, the right knee up, sit tall, and let's lengthen the hamstring out. If you noticed it cramped, then we usually don't tighten the hamstring first, even though I did do it that time. Take your hands underneath the hamstring, maybe give it a little massage. So you can push or press your thumbs, your fingers into the back of your thigh and give it a little massage. Then, sitting tall, start to lengthen the leg away from you. It may be down, it may be up. Just pressing away. It may not straighten all the way, and that's okay. Push down firmly through the left foot. You grow a little bit taller. Maybe you release your hand for a moment, place them out to the side or upwards, pull the belly in and up. Maybe you lower the heel down, lift up and out of the waist. Beautiful. Take your thumbs, cross them, pointer fingers upwards, and pinkies, rings, and middle fingers are crossing. They're interlacing. Good. Lift up, but drop your shoulders down your back. Let's take a side bend towards the right. So now the left arm is over the ear. And let's lift back upwards. And side bend towards the left. Beautiful. Inhale back up, sway towards the right. Each time you might feel a little bit more tacking the hips down. Inhale, rising up, swaying the other way. Good. We're going to take our arms now and place them outside of the left thigh. That's it. Inhale, lift it up and bring it towards the right. Inhale it up, bring it the other way, open up your arms, find your first twist. So you'll have your right hand outside your left thigh and your right hand either back at a diag or on the back of the chair. Open up your shoulders. So we do that by drawing the left shoulder up and back. Bend your elbows a little bit so that they're bending out to the side. You can feel a little bit more opening across the front of your chest. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Inhale back to center, lifting your arms skyward. Exhale, hands to the hips. Lean about 20-25% forward, meaning you're not going all your full range of motion. We talked about this on Wednesday to prevent injury, to prevent pain and soreness, and to be compassionate. We might start by just going 20%, then we might increase it to 30% or more, depending upon the message that your body tells you. Push down through your heel and your foot, rise up, hands to the heart. Now, let's activate that hamstring again. Drag the right foot back so the heel is underneath the knee. And other side. So go ahead and lengthen the left heel outward, pull the toes towards you. Imagine you're stepping on the gas, so you're pushing the big toe away from you. I know, if this seems like minutia, just let it go. Just let it go. Then maybe you hold on to the side of the chair, the leg may lift and it may lower. Drag the heel back in towards you, lift your knee in and up. Good, pull the knee in and up towards you. Press down firmly through the right foot. Notice how you get a little bit more of a lift. Breathe in and breathe out. Interlace your fingers underneath the thigh. Now, there's a tendency to lean forward or to lean back as we do this. Try to stay upright as you press the heel away from you. Doesn't have to go all the way straightened. Notice what you feel. As you're pushing your hands into your hamstrings pressing into your heels, you might feel that stretch. That's the stretching of the hamstrings. A little pressure can help it out. Lower the leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. And let's take our arms out to the side, up towards the sky. Good. Interlace pinky ring in middle, pointer fingers up, thumbs crossing, shoulders relaxing. Go ahead and lift the pointer fingers up to the sky and notice how your shoulders lift towards your ears. Notice how that feels. Now go ahead and release that. So we lift up that, and notice how your rib cage might jut out forward. Then relax your shoulders and pull your rib cage back. Side bend towards your right. Feels a little lopsided. Inhale back to center. Side bend towards your left. Maybe that doesn't feel quite like lopsided. Good. Swing it one way and then the other. Let's make that diag. So bring the pointer fingers down towards the right thigh. Inhale it up and down towards the left. Inhale, it rises up. Exhale, left hand outside right thigh, left hand to the back of the chair, the seat or the back. Bending your elbows out to the side. So that's going to widen. You're going to feel this breath across you as your collarbone lengthens. Breathe in. Belly expands, but we're in a twist, so that belly, is constricted in some ways, right? Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale back to center. You can think of that demon energy as a twisted, torqued energy, and we use our yoga to help straighten it out and lengthen it. Let's extend the right leg out to the side. I'm actually going to take a block with me, and you can place it in front or in back of the leg. Or if you don't have one, no worries. So the heel is pressing down on the right foot. The left foot is, the whole foot is pressing down. Turn and square yourself off. So your shoulders are over your hips. Be right here. Inhale, arms lift. Beautiful. Let's tilt now down towards the right leg. Breathe in. Breathe out. You might use the block. You might have your hands on the block. You might have your hand just back, your hand pressing into wherever it touches on your leg. Just no pressure on the knee joint. Now we're going to push down through the right foot and the left to rise up. Beautiful. Take your left hand to the side of the chair, lifting your right arm skyward. Beautiful. Side bending now towards your left. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale back to neutral. Another triangular, because this is a variation on triangle pose. We lengthen from the heart outwards. You might gaze at your upper fingertips. You might not. How's your neck feeling today? Breathe in. We breathe out. Inhale, rise back up 90-degree angle with your legs. So your knees are pointing the same way as your ankles and your toes. Inhale, lift your heels upward. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, they lift. Exhale, they lower. Good. One more time. Pull your belly in and up. Exhale, lower the heels down. You might have to scooch you back a little bit. Press your palms into your thighs. Draw your shoulders up and back as you lean forward. Breathe in and breathe out. Push down through your feet, rise up. Now, go ahead and activate your hamstrings by pushing down through your feet and pulling your heels towards you, even though they don't move. That's the isometric. Notice the tightening. Go ahead and release that. That's a lot of work. Let's do that again. Push down through your feet, pull your heels towards you. You might take your fingers underneath there, feel the hamstrings activating. Let that go. Let's extend now the left leg forward. We're facing forward and this knee is out to the side. If it feels like too much of a stretch, walk that knee in a little bit. Walk it in a little bit. You can always take it back out. You can always bring it in so it's almost forward. Then lengthen tall through the crown of your head, then slightly forward. Notice what you feel. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Push down through your heel and your foot, rise up, pull the heel back in. Let's close it up. Bring the right knee in, close it. Good. Now we're going to do a little bit. It's kind of like walking in place, but not quite. So you're going to open up your left, you lift your left knee, open it up. Bring it back up and in. So it's a little different than walking in place. I want these blocks blocking me. Interesting. Block, don't block me. Inhale, right knee lifts, open it to the side, let it go down. Inhale, lift it up, bring it back, lower it down. Inhale, upward movement. Take it out to the side, exhale down. Inhale it up, exhale down. Go at your speed, not mine. Let's do the other side. Inhaling, left knee rises. Let's open it up to the side. It hasn't been out there yet. Inhale, bring in. Take it out, let it go down. Inhale it up, bring it on in, lower it down. Inhale, you use as much help as you need. Use your hand to help you, or don't use your hands to help you. There's no judgment, it's just different. Open it up, lower it down. Inhale, it lifts. Exhale, it lowers. Good. Let's find that triangle pose. So we're going to extend the left leg out to the side. Make your adjustments with your hips. Push down through the right foot and the left heel. Pull them towards you. Squaring off. Shoulders over hips. Inhale, arms widen. And now tip down towards the long leg. You might have the block there to place your hands on for support, or you can touch your leg. Inhale, we rise up. Exhale, we lower. Good. Feel that side bend. Feel it. As you lift the arm, you're going to feel lengthening along the right side of the body. Maybe you gaze up to your fingertips. I just noticed my arm was back behind me. I'm going to bring it a little bit forward. So it was going towards the back wall, and that feels a little odd. So I'm going to bring it a little forward. You might experiment with that by flowing your arm just a teeny bit back and then bring it forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lift up and find that 90-degree angle. So right knee is forward, left leg is out to the side. Inhale, heels rise. Exhale, they lower. Inhale, they rise. Exhale, they lower. One more time. Really feel the pressure down from the big toe across. Got to take care of those feet. Got a wedding last weekend, got another one this. It's like wedding season, right? And then lower down, got to wear a little bit higher heel. I'm so used to barefoot or my Birkenstocks. Okay, so now let's lengthen the right leg forward and the left knee's out to the side, but that may be too much. So we walk it in a little bit. Walk it in a little bit, or maybe a lot of it. Lengthen tall, and then start to find your forward bend. Forward bend. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Feel the weight in your feet, but keep your hips tacked down on the chair. Draw your shoulders to your ears and back, and notice how that feels good to have your shoulders on your back. Keep the head long, so we don't want it dipping down. You want to feel like there's a beam of light going from the crown of your head forward. Breathe in, breathe out, push down, rise up, drag that heel back in on the right leg, and move the left out. Let's find our way to opening both legs out for goddess. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, arms outwards. Bend your elbows. Pull your elbows in towards you. Lifting the elbows up. Open it. That's it. Close it. Open it. Good. One more. Lift. Open. Hands down. Close it up. One knee, then the other. We're going to go down to the earth now. So taking your time, you might do a down dog or a wall dog on your way down. Bring your blankets and your blocks and your straps so that you are safe and have your props ready. You can place the chair towards the wall if you have a wall near you. I love a wall. And then place the blanket down to lower on down. If you want to do a wall dog or a chair dog, or as you go down, you might by taking your hands to the seat of the chair, getting a little stretch through the back of the leg. So take your time to go down and ask your body what it needs. What does the body need from you? From what is it telling you? Listen to its message and then slowly come on down. You might take one foot forward and place the foot down, and then the other and bring it back. So it looks something like this, and then bring it back. And then we're going to move the chair out of the way and come into table pose. Let's go to table pose. And then we're going to go to spinal balance. I'm just telling you where we're going so you've got an idea. So palms are just a little bit forward of your shoulders. So sometimes when they're just directly under there, it feels kind of claustrophobic. So if you bring your palms a little bit forward, you might feel more space. Now, if your wrists are tender today, you might roll the mat a little bit like this, and then place your wrists on the mat and your fingers off of it. That takes some of the weight off of your hands. That is one option. Another option is to come down onto your forearms so your elbows are more underneath your shoulders or slightly forward of them. So choose the option that's right for you. Then let's extend the right leg back and push the heel away. Toes are curling under. Now, notice if the weight is going towards your wrist, and you might claw the mat with your fingertips a little bit. Not so much that you feel this crunching or this tightening in your face and in your jaw, the struggling, but just so that you feel some pressure downward in the fingertips. Then we're going to inhale and lift up the leg potentially anywhere from up to hip height to down to toes down. We can lift it up or down. Then we're going to take the left fingertips forward so they can stay down on the earth, or you can put them on a block. I got this big block here. It could be on a block, or lift the arm upward, and the leg can be up or down. The hand can be up or down. Your version of spinal balance. Gaze forward and down. If you gaze just forward, then your neck is going to crunch a little bit. If you gaze down and towards your belly, then your chin's going to curve to your chest. But if you gaze forward down on the mat, then you're going to have a nice long back of the neck and front of the neck and sides of the neck. Exhale, lower down, bring the hand down and the knee back, and we'll go to the other side. So let's start by just rocking forward and back. Maybe you felt like there was some hip tightness coming in to the left side when we were lifting the right leg. Everybody's going to feel it differently. And then when you're ready, extend the left leg. Press the heel away. Notice the stretch. I'm feeling the stretch in the calf as I press the heel away and curling those toes under. Minding the breath, breathing in and breathing out. Minding any emotions that are coming up, like I don't like this, I'm angry, why is she doing this? Why are we in this so long? Just notice it. And perhaps try to send some loving energy towards yourself as we find the version of spinal balance on this side. So right fingertips are forward on the earth, on a block, on a pillow, or up by your ear. So fingertips are forward, thumb is upward, toes are down, or heel is up about hip height. Gazing forward and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Extend heel away from you, fingertips away from you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Go to your mantra, loving kindness. If the mantra is loving kindness and the message is get out of the pose, get out of the pose. If the mantra is loving kindness and it says to change the pose by bringing the hand down and the toes down, go for it. Listen to your body. Let's bring the knee back in and the hand back down and rock forward and back once again. Rock forward and back once again. And let's make circles with our hips. So bring your hips forward towards the right and back and around and up and to the side and back and around. It should feel good, like there's a little bit of loosening going on. And other way. It should feel like a nice loosening in the lower back. Good. Come back to table pose. We're going to do a few. Let's bring our elbows down. Give your wrists a break. And maybe interlace your fingers to make a triangle. So your elbows are forward, just forward of your shoulders. Interlacing your fingers, making a triangle with your arms. And then lean forward so that your forehead comes towards your fingertips. Crown of the head is moving forward. So that light beam is going straight out from your crown towards somebody you love in front of you. And then take your hips back and move forward. And back. And as you move forward, notice how your belly tightens. If you want, move your knees back a little bit. And then lean forward and the belly may engage a little bit more. Breathe in and breathe out. Some of you are feeling like, oh, I want to go into plank with my knees up. You can do it. You curl your toes under and you lift up. Maybe you do it, maybe you don't, maybe you just skip that. So maybe you stay there for a breath or two, or maybe you keep your knees down. We're going to slowly lower the belly towards the earth and come into Sphinx pose. So now our elbows are still about where they were. Our shoulders are moving back. Our heart is telescoping forward. Remember that sweet mantra that you imagine somebody who nurtured you in the past would say to you as you stretch your belly and your heart moves forward and your toes are pointing back. Now, go ahead and bend your right knee, pulling the heel towards your buttocks. It may not go all the way. Notice what happens to your hamstring. It might be feeling a little bit tight back there. Now lengthen it. Lengthen the leg. Good. Do the other side. Pull the heel in towards you. Notice the feeling. Lengthen it. Breathe in and breathe out. Pull the heel in. It doesn't have to go all the way. You're getting a little stretch. If it's not enough, and if it's available to you, you can go ahead and take your hand to your pant leg and pull it in, or your ankle and pull it in. But it's not a requirement. It's only if you feel like you need a little bit more stretch there. And then we release. Other side. When we do this, the arm fits forward, so it's always going to be the opposite arm as leg. So now my right arm might go a little bit more square towards the front of the mat. As the left heel pulls in, I might take my hand to the pant leg or to the foot to pull it in. But be gentle on your knees. If you feel any torquing, come on out of it. We want the knee to point back from our sitting bones, straight back, but we can't see it. So you really have to feel. And then let's lower that down. Rest your forehead on your stacked hands. And take a breath in. And a breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Let's bring both heels in towards our buttocks, but not all the way. And let your legs sway to the right and sway to the left. So it's a little bit of a twist. Swaying to the right and swaying to the left. Inhale back to center. Lengthen the legs. Now, with your legs lengthened, press the tops of your toenails down into the mat. Your toes are straight back. And notice how there's certain muscles that are going to tighten as you push down the tops of your toenails. Inhale, lift the right leg as you extend the toes back. Exhale, lower the leg down. Keep your hips level as you lift the legs. Inhale, left leg lifts. Extend it back. So keep thinking about your toes lengthening back. You might get a little toning in your hips. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, right leg lifts. Feel a little toning in your right hip. Exhale, lower it down. Even it up. Left side. Leg doesn't need to go high. It's just about hip height, maybe slightly higher. Notice if you feel like one hip is heavier than the other. Imagine that you could put a cup of tea on your lower back and it wouldn't tip off. Exhale, lower down. So right about here, so it wouldn't spill. Because sometimes what we do is we lift the leg and we kind of torque like that to the other side. Now, take your hands by your heart. Press your fingertips down or your ridges down. Elbows are upwards. Draw the shoulders up and back. You're going to push down either through your ridges or through your fingertips. Some of you might want your hands down, and that is great. These are all variations. Shoulders up and back. Now legs stay down. Heart rises teeny bit. Exhale, lower down. Any lower back pain? You don't want to go very high at all. Maybe stop this pose and let your hips sway right and left. Pressing down through your hands, shoulders up and back. Find this baby cobra. You're pressing your palms down and your elbows are moving towards you. Your head is, your neck is an extension from your heart. So that means it's not dropping down. Rather, it's lifting and lengthening out from your heart. Exhale, lower it down. Take your hands back by your sides. Breathe in. Breathe out. We're going to lift the shoulders up to our ears. So now our heart is slightly lifted. Maybe lift the right leg. Exhale it down. Maybe lift the left leg. Lower it down. Lower your heart towards the earth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel that belly expand into the earth. Now we're going to lift both legs, pressing the inside of the thigh legs towards each other, shoulders up and back. You're pressing the back of your hand into the mat. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Hands by your side. We're going to pull up. So curling the toes under, lift on up. Find your version of child pose. So that may mean you can have the blanket, by the way, underneath your knees or in between your knees. Sometimes people don't want their hamstrings or the back of their thighs touching their calves. So a little roll in between there, like a roll blanket, can be very helpful. I'll show it so you can see it. There's always different variations that help people differently. So knees can be wide or together, and then your elbows can be bent like this, or depending on your shoulders feel, you might lengthen your arms forward as your hips move back. Pressing the sit bones downward. Breathe in, breathe out. Your head can rest on a block, or it may be down towards the earth, or you might keep it slightly lifted. Something like this. You want to find that spot where you feel supported, where your neck does not feel like it's kinking. And take a few full, complete breaths. So we breathe in and we breathe out. Breathe in through the nose and breathe out through the nose. Maybe you let your hips sway to the right, back to center and towards the left, and back the other way, and the other way. We're going to lift on up and move on to our backs. We got to stretch out those hamstrings and do a little bit more activating of the hamstrings to keep them strong. So we're going to start with stretching the leg out, just so in case there's any cramping, you can get rid of it first. You can always reverse these or do one then the other and alternate back and forth. So we're going to place the strap around our leg or foot. You can crisscross it if you like. Push the footprint up towards the sky. Now you might have a little blanket under your head, but you don't want your ears lifting too far up, higher than your shoulders. And you don't want the head tilting back either. So you want just a little support under your head. We're pressing the footprint upward. The left footprint can be pressing down onto the mat. Feel the sensation where you're feeling the stretch in the back of your right leg. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. One more. Imagining the leg lengthening as though there was a beam of light coming from your arch of your foot all the way upwards. But the knee may be bent. It may be here, and that's awesome because you're still getting a stretch. Then we're gonna lower the leg down, nice and slow. Bend it. So the right foot and the left foot are meeting each other, and then take your feet about hip distance apart. Then pull your right knee in towards you, lift the leg towards the sky, circle it away from you and back in. So you're making circular motions, heels up, away, and back in towards you. As you lift, you're lengthening the hamstring. As you press it away, you're lengthening the hamstring. As you bend it in, you're contracting the hamstring. And then press the foot back down. Let's do the other side. So tie around the left foot, pushing the footprint up towards the sky, crossing your strap. Now, maybe your body got a little shorter, so walk your shoulders towards your ears a little bit, then relax your ribs down towards the earth. Breathe in. Breathe out as you press your footprint upwards towards the sky. Start with a bent knee, and then gently, gently, showing compassion, pressing the foot skyward. Bending and straightening. Doesn't mean straightening all the way. Once you find that place where you feel the maximum of range of motion, maximum strength, stay there. Feel the sensation. You might want to touch back there and just kind of feel what's going on. It's information. Then release the strap, bend your knee in towards you, and start to make those circles. You can take your arms down by your side or use your hands to pull the foot in, around, and away. So we pull the knee in, we lengthen up, we press away. You can go slow, you can go a little faster. Breathing in and breathing out. Maybe that you start with a smaller movement and it gets bigger. Next time, place the foot down. We'll go to bridge. So we're gonna push down through our feet. They're about hip distance apart, lifting your heart, pressing the sides of your shoulders down. Push your feet down and pull your heels towards you. Breathe in. Breathe out. Exhale, lower your hips just about 30%. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower them down. Inhale, they lift. Exhale, they lower. Inhale, they lift. Maybe your heels lift, like you're wearing those high heel shoes. I know the guys don't, they're like, what? No worries, just lifting the heels. Exhale, lower the heels down, lower the hips down, take a little break. Breathe in. Breathe out, inhale back into that bridge. Maybe you lift the right foot for a moment. You push down through the left, lower it down. Inhale, maybe you lift the left. Notice if you feel any swaying or going back and forth, lower it down. You also could keep your hips down and lift one leg, lower it down, then the other, like you're walking in place. Like you're walking in place. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's find number 4. So pull the right knee in towards you, place the ankle on top of the thigh, gently pressing the thigh away. Notice the hip opener, your hips are level. So you might feel like you want to tip to the right, but see if you can keep the hips level. If you don't feel sensation on the outside of your right hip or inner left thigh, go ahead and pull the knees towards you until you do, but go slow. The sensation comes on slow. Messages don't always come right away. Pull it in and then hold it there for about 5 breaths. Once it's in, you could sway a little bit right and left. Tilt your pelvis forward and back to kind of just work into different areas. And then reverse it. Left ankle on top of right thigh. Hips level, pull the knees in. Gentle hug inward. Maybe a little swaying. Not necessary, but sometimes it helps to smooth it out or massage out the sensation. Go forward and back. Or just teeny little rocks right and left. A few full breaths in and out. Lowering the legs. Find your final spinal twist. So knees are in towards you. Drop them to the right. Arms are in cactus. Arms are in cactus, or you can take them long. You might gaze your head towards the left as your knees are to the right. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Stay as long as you like on the right side. And when you're ready, find your way to the left. So that would mean potentially lifting your hips to the right, lowering them down, and bring your knees to the left. Some people like to lift their hips and adjust first, and it helps their back. This time with the knees to the left, you might turn your head to the right. You also could keep your nose straight up and down. Enjoy the twist. So we feel this twisted energy. And then when you're ready, you find your way to Shavasana, which is the final relaxation pose, which is traditionally a straight pose, though we might have some curves. You might place a bolster under your knees. You might let your legs flop out to the side, arms down by your side. You might have a little blanket under your head without tipping the head too far forward. You might put your legs up on a chair or up a wall. Don't shortchange yourself. It's the beginning of the weekend. So you want to take the time to rest and let your body absorb. We did a lot of moving, not much breaking. And remember that mantra, somebody who said something nurturing to you to help you with your inner demons, saying things that aren't nice to yourself. Generally, an emotion comes up and you're not nice to yourself. So saying something nice to yourself, maybe it was your grandmother. I know my kid's grandmother likes to say, just love yourself. Just love yourself. And it takes a while. It's quite a practice to love yourself. And yoga is a action of self-care. It is a method of self-care. And so it is a way of showing love for yourself. So as we close our practice, you might bring your palms on top of your heart with a gentle bowing of the head as you bow in. And you might say something like, I am grateful for this body. I am grateful for this practice. I'm grateful for practicing together as a community and for the support of the Michigan Parkinson Foundation. Feel your palms touching your heart, saying, I love myself. We'll close it out with a namaste. From my heart to yours. Have a wonderful weekend. Thank you for being here. I'm here for any questions. If you want to hear Tara Brack's lecture, it's right on her front page of her website right now, and it's tarabrack.com. And I just thought it was really good. It resonated with me this morning and wanted to share it with you.
Great job.
Thank you, Mindy.
Thank you, Miss Mary. So good to
Namaste.
see you.
So
Namaste,
good to see
everyone.
you. Your happy voice always makes us feel upbeat.
Aww.
I second that. That is so
Well, you know,
true.
honestly, it works both ways. I enjoy being with you guys. It's definitely a highlight for me and a great way to start my day here.
Bye. Say hi to Oscar. We'll hopefully see him next week.
I'll tell him that he's got to get up a little bit earlier.
Mindy,
Such a
Mindy?
bum.
Mindy,
Yes,
would you spell Tara Brock, please?
sure. TARABRACH.
Great.
Yep, Jonathan's spelling it down there for you. I think it's, oh, Joshua. I should have known better. I didn't have my glasses on, Joshua, sorry.
Thank you.
Joshua spelled it. I bet he knows who Tara Brack is. I just have this feeling he does. TaraBrack.com. One of my favorite meditation teachers. She's a great lecturer.
All right.
Thank you, Mindy.
Okay, take care, everybody.
Bye.
Enjoy your wedding.
Bye-bye.